threefold activity involving in these situations. So Christians are living in this world, on this earth. At the same time, Christians are living as God's children. Because we belong to God's family, we have to think about what God wants us, and He has preferences that must be good against evil. So we have to think about what kind of ethical challenges whenever we make decisions, whether those are small or big. That's what I mentioned last time. And in this world, we have kind of pretty complicated living in complicated situations, and there are threefold activity involving in these situations. A is attuning. Attuning means aware of the ethical dimensions of the context in which we live in. Okay. When the situations and environments and conditions, especially that's also called the context. When the context changes, we have to face different kinds of, or different types of, or different levels of ethical challenges. And that is kind of a very simple thing, because there are fashion trends, and we need to think about what kind of ethical challenges we have in fashion trends too. Long time ago, I don't know, it was 1960s or 70s, a woman singer in Korea, she just wore a miniskirt when she was in TV or something. I don't know how the broadcasting company allowed the woman singer to wear the miniskirt, or I don't know, but she wore miniskirt, and all people got angry because that was not acceptable for Koreans at the time. So wearing miniskirts was too I can't say it's too sexy, but somehow, we can understand that, right? That was sexually not acceptable, okay, for the people at the time, both men and women. Okay, so it was a very social issue. Well, lots of Muslims don't show their wives' face to others, right? They closing, covering their wife's face, even body, so nobody knows how their wives look like. And that is their culture, and that is appropriate for them. So even in America, we can ask Muslim friends, we can ask them to show their wife's face or body to us. Not at all. That is not acceptable. That is more than rude. Okay. So that is their ethics. All people are wearing miniskirts, more than miniskirts, and hot pants. Even the hot pants is too short. I think sometimes it is very short. It is hard to see. I don't want to just stare at them, but I can see on the street. But it's not comfortable for me. So that's ugly. For me, that is ugly. Oh, that is ugly, But anyway, a fashion trend, there are ethical dimensions of the context which we live in. So we need to consider that. So, well, what kind of clothes you wanna wear? You wanna wear suit or working uniforms or whatever? You don't wanna just wear ties and suits in McDonald's when you work in McDonald's. I'm not look down in the McDonald's workers, but that's not appropriate. That's not quite right. Okay, so just think of that is well, we can't know, right, without more discussion. So a tuning is you know what the tuning is. You're gonna tune tune your radio to classic music or pop music or jazz or blues or something. That is our tuning. You need to know, and we can see the ethical dimensions where we are living in. Okay, there are some artists or just regular people to break that kind of ethical dimensions because they have freedom, and some are accepted, some are not accepted by the society they belong to. But anyway, tuning, analyzing, seek out the central issue. Okay, seek out the central issue, analyzing. So in the long times ago, like in Roman Empire, piercing means piercing and just wearing the earrings means this is my slave. So they usually put the slave's ear in a board or something like that, and they just pierce with nail or something, and they just nail it and put kind of a ring, okay, kind of a ring. So you cannot take it out, and when you wear a particular ring, that means you belong to a person's house, and you are a slave. But nowadays, all people are wearing earrings in the United States. They don't think that they are slaves, but it's pretty. They think that it's pretty. They think that is a part of a fashion. So, but maybe, I don't know, maybe in some places wearing earrings means you are a slave or you are sinners or something like that. I don't know. But if that happens, you are not supposed to travel that place with your wearing on. Okay? We are with your earrings on. I mean, so think about that, and we need to analyze. When you just travel to somewhere else, and you just study what's going on there, and after finishing your studying, you have to study. And you don't want to insist what you are doing in this country in other countries. Okay? That is arrogant. That is no good manner. So Romans doing wrong, okay? So just follow the rules and don't despise them because there are differences between your country and other countries. What good in your countries can be really bad in other countries. Okay, so there are some differences like that. You don't eat particular animals in the United States, and I don't. But other countries can eat something you don't hate in here. And there are differences. You can hate it, but you have to accept the differences between between us and other countries. They are doing that. They are eating those stuff because it is good. It is good for them. Okay. As long as they don't catch our pets and animals and eat it, it's okay. We are eating horrible things too. We kill lots of cows and bulls. We are killing lots of pigs and chickens. It is normal for us. I eat those, but some countries don't eat those animals. What we enjoy every day, okay? Think about it. Analyze. We need to analyze it. We don't want to just hate it first, but we need to understand. C is apply. Apply the resources of the faith to the situation at hand. Okay? Apply the resources of the faith to the situation at hand. Tuning, analyzing, at the same time, we have to apply what we know in particular contexts. Okay. Christians are Christians. All Christians belong to God's family. And Christians in the United States are same Christians in Africa, in Latin America, in Asia. Those are all Christians. Once they are Christians, they belong to God's family, and we belong to God's family. Actually, we are in the same family. Our God is not different with their God. Okay. Our Jesus is not different with their Jesus. There's one God, one Jesus, one Holy Spirit. The Trinity is our, Trinity. We believe in, they believe in. So we are all Christians, but we are living in different contexts, different situations. So we can have different ethical standards. So we need to respect each other, not hate them or despise them or envy them. Okay? So I can apply what I learn, what I believe in this context, and they can apply what they believe in their context. Okay? Contexts are different, but our beliefs are same. Okay? Our ethical standards can be different, but basically, we have the same standards. God's preference. Good. Okay, so 3 for the activity involving these situations. The situations are different. Tuning, applying, and applying. Analyzing and applying. Okay, so 3 things. Please remember that. Christian ethics and the ethical task. A. Aspects of general ethics. 3 major dimensions of general ethics. A. Empirical ethics. Empirical. Okay. Empirical is kind of close to experience or something. Okay. Empirical ethics means studies how people actually make ethical decisions. How people make ethical decisions. Steal? No. Kill? No. Hurt? No. How people make ethical decisions. That's the empirical ethics study. Okay. Normative ethics means connected with the formulation of standards or principles for living. So normative ethics means they are just focusing on the standard. Empirical ethics, how people make these ethical decisions. How. And analytical ethics explores the nature of morality itself. Morality. What the morality is. They are studying the morality itself. So there are three general aspects of general ethics. Okay? How people make decisions, and what the standards, and what the morality itself. B. Constructing normative ethics of doing. Norm means, I don't know if you like the restaurant norms. Okay. Norm is ruler, right? And standard. How long is it? How do you know how long is it? Is it that is roughly 5 inches? 5 inches? But that is your guess. But if you just put a ruler in here and measure it, that the ruler has the numbers. Well, this is actually 7 inches. So that's the norm. And norms, it's kind of similar to Venice. Venice is disappearing a lot. They closed a lot, right? But norms is kind of a Venice level restaurant, and I used to go often, but norms means the rulers, standard. Okay. How to construct a normative ethics? When we do something, when we speak, when we do something, we have to set a norm, standard. So we are just living according to the norm we set up. Okay, set up. So killing or stealing is norm. Those are norms to gangsters, and those are good for them. Okay, but it's bad for all other people. Okay, but Christians have norms according to the Bible and God's words, and we have kind of a legal mind, so we know what God wants. We just consider God's preferences, so we want to just follow God's rule. That forms our ethics. But the ontological approach. Means I just put extra marks. The ontological ethics in philosophy, ethical theories that place special emphasis on the relationship between duty and the morality of human actions. Duty and morality. So responsibilities and moral, something like that. So the ontological approach, duty and moral, asks only about the intrinsic rightness or wrongness of an act. Okay. So the rightness and wrongness of an act. This is right. This is wrong. Just to think about the duty and morality, and the ontological approaches is that what is right or what is wrong. pretty clear. And theological approach is this, focuses on the consequences of the act. The act. That is quite interesting, isn't it? So, is it right thing or wrong thing? That's what the ontological approach do. Okay? But the theological approach is that what you are doing is right or wrong. But at the same time, what's the result? What's the result? I want to just use the Good Samaritan parable, okay? Good Samaritan example. A person got robbed. A person got robbed and he was almost dying on the street because he got robbed. He's lucky, but he was lucky because the Minneapolis cop didn't, rob him because he was living. He was alive. Anyway, a guy got robbed and he was almost died on the street, and a priest was passing by, but he just passed because he didn't want to involve in the bad accidents, and he was thinking that maybe other, the robbers are around there, so he just passed by. And priests and scribes and Pharisees, they passed by. Okay? What they are doing can be right for them. It can be right for them because they know the Bible, which means you don't want to touch the dead body and you're going to be dirty. Not disrespectful. I mean, that can be disrespectful. And that can be violating, that can make your body dirty according to the Bible or something, but he just followed that. Let's say they just followed that. So what they are doing can be right. But what about the result? By passing by and not helping the person at all, you can let the person die. That is a sin by doing nothing. You didn't hit the person, you didn't rob the person, but by just passing by, you are killing, you are helping the person die on the street. If you help the person, you can save the person's life. Well, the person can die. In the meantime, you are helping the person. That can be happened. But you are not killing the person because he was killed. He was dying. A Samaritan was passing by. He just took care of the person. He just put him on his donkey, okay, and then he stopped a place. And he paid for the owner of the house the money, and he promised that he's gonna pay more if you need more on the way back. By doing so, he could save the person. What's the result? And Jesus said this, there is a well, okay, water. Water is in there, well. There's a well. When your animal just, got in the well accidentally and the animal is gonna die there, right? Yeah, sure. The animal is gonna die. You're gonna save your animal out? Yes, you're gonna do it. What if that happens on Sabbath or Sunday? Sabbath or Sunday. Jews are not supposed to work at all on Sabbath between Friday evening to Sunday. Okay? Sabbath. Saturday night. You are not supposed to anything. You are not supposed to work. Okay? You're not supposed to work. But for example, if your donkey fell in the water, and then your donkey gonna die there, right? You're gonna save your donkey out? Yes? Yes? So you can save your donkey out on Sabbath, even on Sabbath. You don't have dying people. That was Jesus' question to Pharisees and priests. Think about it, and what's the result? The ontological approach is right or wrong. That's what Pharisees and priests, had. But the theological approach is what will happen when I do and when I don't do. Okay? The theological approach must be one step forward. Okay? See, ethics and theories of value. Value. If we are to do those acts which result in good and avoid the evil, then we must determine what good means. What good means. Okay? So we make decisions, when we think this is good or this is bad. Okay? And we need to think about what good is, what bad is. Okay? Your gangster captain ordered you to kill a person, and you can get money, or you can die. And your good is killing the person and save your life and make money, and you have trust from your boss or whatever, and your good is really bad to others. And as Christians, as normal people, normal civilians, you need to think, what is good? What is good? And what good is? As cops, let people die. How many people are dying by cops' hands? How many cops are dying by bad people? That's tragedy. So if ethics and theories of that, if we are to do those acts which result in good and avoid evil, then we must determine what good means. Saving people, saving donkey, that's good. That's good for all of us, okay? All of us. Saving people's lives are always good. I don't know, it can be bad sometimes. Extrinsic and intrinsic value. Extrinsic value is its value lies in its relationship to other value. Okay, extrinsic value is the value lies in the relationship to other value. Intrinsic value, its value lies within its own nature. Okay. Perhaps the most controversial answer to the question, what has intrinsic value, is pleasure. Okay, that's controversial answer to the question today. So intrinsic value is like this. I have a value because I'm a human. This has value because it is a chair. Okay. Helping the dying person has value because the person has intrinsic value. Okay. And saving the person, makes this person respectable. Okay. So helping, saving, and result, those are connected. That's extrinsic value. Its value lies in its relationship to other value. Okay, helping others and saving others. Helping the donkey and saving someone's property. Okay. And D, constructing a normative ethical being. We just mentioned constructing a normative ethics of doing on B, and this is on being, okay? Constructing a normative ethic of being. Doing versus being. Still and thirsty. Still is doing, being means thirsty, okay? So being, what's the being? The being is here, I'm thirsty, in the condition, right? Deontological versus theological approaches, right or wrong, or you just think about the result. Okay, that's constructing the normative ethics of being. Okay, and normative ethics and the pursuit of the good. Well, constructing a normative ethic of being is John Marjan, you know the story, right? You are very hungry and you are starving to death. Or your wife is dying and you need a medicine but you don't have money for that, and you steal the money. I steal the medicine. You're gonna steal the medicine or not? According to the deontological ethics, you are not supposed to steal. Because stealing itself is no good, okay? It is wrongdoing. But what about your wife? No matter what, stealing is bad. That's what deontological approaches show. But what about the normative ethics of being? Your wife is dying. What you can do is taking the medicine out of the hospital or doctor's office and bring it to your wife and save your wife. That is what this part, do. So think about the normative ethic of being. you are dying to, you are hungry to, you are very hungry, you are very thirsty. That's the being. How? So that doesn't justify stealing medicine. Your thirsty doesn't justify your stealing water. But think about the being. Okay, think about the being. Think about the being. Noble Tibetics and the pursuit of the good. So we need norms. We need the standards. So we can decide why. So we can make right decisions. But what about the good? Good. Working on savants is bad. That's deontological. But the theological ethics means even though there is a Sabbath, your donkey is dying, so saving the donkey is right. Your rules and norms are right, deontologically, but what about the person is dying? You're gonna break your law, or you're gonna break God's good. So it can be very tricky sometimes. So that's why we need to do this work. Okay? We need to construct a normative ethic. E. Constructing a justification for ethics. So justification. A. Natural need. Connection between ethical judgments and what actually is. So there can be gaps. There can be gap between the real is and ethical judgment. So when things are happening, we can say that is wrong, that is bad. But what happened in Minneapolis, a white cop killed African American on the ground, even though after just take after kick just after the handcuff in the back and just make the person down and press the neck with the knee, and that's a killing. It's a homicide. I believe that is a homicide. When the suspicious person was free and was holding knife or gun, I would say it is okay when you shoot and kill the person, because you have to protect yourself and you have to protect other civilians, and that's the dangerous person you have to shoot, because you have no choice, because the person is holding a gun. Okay, and as police officers, you can, and I think you have to shoot the person in that situation, but he was wearing handcuffs in the back and he was lying on the ground. There were more than 2 cops, but he was pressing the neck with his knee all the way down until he died. It's a homicide. Well, we can just say that's wrong, that's good, that's right, that's not right. Well, I think there will be a trial any months later, but if the judge says that's not guilty, Minneapolis will get in trouble, because everybody say that is wrong. And more people can say that is a homicide. killed by a car with no reason. I don't think there is a mistake. It is killing. He said he cannot breathe. I can't breathe. But he was pressing. He was keep on pressing the neck. So we can make ethical judgment. That's wrong ethically, that's right ethically, but the actual is. Ethical naturalism, that's observable reality. Good. Okay? That's what you can say. Good. Okay? Ethical naturalism. What most people desire, favor, like, approve of, or admire. That is good. That's observable reality. Good. Okay? People think, oh, that is right. People think that's what desire. That people favor. People can approve. People can admire. That's good. Okay? But the theological naturalism is everything is endowed with an innate tendency to grow toward its own idea. Okay? Innate tendency to grow towards its own idea. So just to respect, it's close to the being. Metaphysical moralism appeals to the supernatural world, right? What is commanded by God? It's metaphysical moralism. Right means what is commanded by God. But if you don't think and consider what God really wanted, what God really wanted in the Old Testament or New Testament can be different now. There are forever, true forever, but there can be different depends on the context and situations and cultures, right? God used to order Israelites harem. That is the war. You kill all living things, whether they are soldiers, adults, young, babies, women, animals, cattle, pets. You have to kill all living things in the war. That's what's called the harem. God ordered the Israelites sometimes order the harem, especially when Israelites had a war against the Canaanites for taking the Israel territory what they have right now. Long times ago, like more than 2,000 years ago, God ordered the harem. But do you think God ordered the harem to American soldiers? No. Okay? So that was a particular order, but not general or universal order. Okay? So when we have a war, for example, against Iraq, we don't and we can't, we are not supposed to kill all people and animals in Iraq. And that is not God's order. I'm pretty believe and sure that God doesn't order us to kill all the living things in Iraq when we had the Iraqi war, and we are still working on it. That is not God wants us to do. I don't know why. I mean, I can assume why God ordered the Israelites harem long times ago. But I I am pretty sure God doesn't want us to do harem in the modern world, because we and actually American army or navy or whatever, we respect other countries or other enemy countries. Enemy countries civilians. So we are trying not to kill the civilians there, but that's the war between American soldiers and Iraqi soldiers or rebellions. Also, I don't know what they call them. Okay. So we can generalize. We can generalize all we know from the Bible in this context. So that was the special war to Israelites. Okay. But the metaphysical moralism appeals to the supernatural world. But I mean, just think about what God orders us. What God orders us to do. Okay? So there are ethical naturalism, theological naturalism, and metaphysical naturalism, moralism. B is the constructing justification for ethics, B institutionism. Intuitionism, good are names of objects or qualities observable by intuition. Intuition, so when you see it, when you know, and you know it. When you see it, you know it. And you know it kind of right away, because that's intuition. Why Minneapolis people are demonstrating against the cops? Because they watched it. Because the videotapes proves it. And all got shocked. And that happened in Minneapolis. And we got angry, but because we are living in California, but we got angry too. Because that's unacceptable. That's unacceptable at all. Right? And there was evil thinking. There was evil thinking. Okay? So we saw it, we know it. That is wrong. That's intuition. C is non-cognitivism. Cognitive or cognition means with your head and you understand or not. Okay, non-cognitivism means not only by your head. I think ethical judgments may not be objective declarations about acts, persons, or things at all. They may say nothing either, true or false. Non-cognitivism is, well, you see, you know, but you cannot say. That's because there can be something else, so you cannot judge. That's a non-cognitivism. Okay. Justifying ethics itself. Ethics itself. What if morality itself was the danger of dangers? That's Friedrich Nietzsche said. What if morality itself was the danger of dangers? What does that mean? When I just say to my families or to my students, it's ethics, that's ethical. When I say, by saying so, I'm just teaching and maybe just manipulate people by saying so, and that can be dangerous. That's what Nietzsche says. The philosophical justification. Philosophical ethics often launch their response by invoking some general definition of ethics as the pursuit of determination of what is conducive to human living or what enriches life. What is conducive to human living or what enriches life. Okay? So, but answering to those questions can be related to the ethics. Okay, that is philosophical justification. Okay. Why should I be concerned about the well-being of the society so as to adopt the moral way of living? Because we are part of it, right? Let me read it more, and then I will just mention about it. A well-functioning society provides the necessary context for its citizens to pursue the good life. Only in the context of a stable society can individuals seek their personal well-being. Consequently, I should be concerned about the ethical life because contributing to the well-being of society also fosters my own participation in the good life. Stable, safe, secure society can encourage citizens to do right things. That is right. Because once we have riots, most of them go crazy and they do whatever they want. And even though they know what they are doing wrong, but they have kind of courage to do that. Because all other people are doing something wrong, and there is no problem I can do. I can do it, right? If I do it, there's no problem. Because all people are stealing, I can steal, and I can say, all people are stealing, so I'm just stealing too. That's the problem. That's what people are saying. So make the society stable and healthy, and form the healthy environments, then people can do better things. That is right. So lots of soldiers raped women in the battlefield because their wives in remote places, and they have physical instincts, and they know that is wrong, but they do, and they think that it is okay because those are enemies of women. That is wrong, and that is not acceptable too. Those are not forgivable. Raping is raping. Those are not forgivable. So in the battlefield, during the war, during the riots, we can't find any good moral leaders there. So making the society secure and safe is crucial for moral life in the society. And that is why. That's why. But the most respectable things are, all people are doing something wrong, but just follow your moral standard. That is super. That is super. All people are stealing, but you don't steal because you know stealing is no good. That is wonderful. But only few people do that. Only few people do that. And what kind of decisions you're gonna make is up to you. And it will say what kind of personality you have. And it will say whether you are Christians or not. Okay? And we're gonna just move on to the next topic. I don't think I can just take care of that all today, but I'm just trying to do as much as I can. So I think I have 10 minutes. The next topic is the love of God and the decay of the world. Well, that's kind of a little bit, one more step deeper than others. So the former topic, so let's get into it. The world of conflicts. Yeah. People are fighting. There are lots of conflicts between people, between countries, between nations, between tribes, between religions. Look at the conflicts between God and people. God created all things, and God created Adam, with His image. That was wonderful, and He created Eve out of Adam, and they fell. They didn't follow God's rule, God's law. There was only one, and they violated that only one. Okay? If there was no rule, they didn't or couldn't violate it, but God set a rule, and they broke it. Okay? Well, God just ordered Adam and Eve just take care of those things He created and just conquer everything He created. That does not mean you just use or misuse whatever you do. You okay? Conquer means you make those things what God created. Keep glorious, keep beautiful. That's conquering. And you understand, and you just take care of them well. That's what God wanted, but He failed because He violated God's. And there was conflict between Adam and Eve because Adam said, how are you, the woman you made, God made, she just, gave me the fruit, and I ate it. And Eve got mad, and Eve copied what Adam said. The serpent, the snake, just told me that I can eat it. And there was conflict between God and Adam, God and Eve, and Adam and Eve, Eve and serpent. And later on, people got conflicts. each other. The knowledge of good and evil, the aim of all ethical reflection. Okay? Just think about what God wants or not. What's the God's preference, good or evil? Okay? So that's the thing we have to think about. So when we got in trouble, when we need to make decisions, especially ethical decisions, and when we consider the ethical results, and think about the knowledge of good and evil, the fruit. Already in the possibility of knowledge of good and evil, and Christian ethics discerns of falling away from the origin. Yes. So after they made sins, and God just ordered them, you just leave the Eden, the Garden of Eden. Okay? And then Adam, you have to work hard so you can have something to eat, but that earth, the dirt can be different than the dirt in the Garden of Eden. And you're gonna just get sweat, and you're gonna get something to eat. And he ordered Eve, you're gonna just maybe get control or by influence, you're gonna leave influence under, your husband, and you're gonna just have, extreme pain when you have babies. So those are quite differently what God actually planned for them. Okay, so they were falling away from the origin, and because of them, we are falling away from our origin too. Man at his origin knows only one thing: God. Okay, but they by eating the fruit of knowledge, and they they could learn or know this and that, but that was good for those people or not. Definitely that was bad for those people. Even though we don't understand everything about the difference, but the result was bad, and that affects those people, falling away from origin. That is not good, right? It is only in the unity of his knowledge of God that he knows of other men or things and of himself. And he knows all things only in God, and God in all things. He knows himself now as something apart from God, outside God, and this means that he now knows only himself and no longer knows God at all. Adam, in the Bible, we can know that Adam used to talk with God in the evening or every day, but God was seeking Adam, but he couldn't find it. He knows it, but he knew that Adam was hiding. So God called up, Adam, where you at? And Adam answered, I'm just hiding because I know that I'm naked. And God said, who told you that you are naked? How did you know that? And those conversations can teach us many things. Okay? We can know there is big gap between God and Adam, and certain conflicts between Adam and Eve. And since then, Adam can't, and Adam's descendants, including me, we can't understand God right. And we don't communicate with God much. And sometimes it is pretty bad, pretty hard. It's pretty hard to understand and pretty hard to communicate with God. That is what happened. Instead of knowing himself in the original God, he must not now know himself as an origin. That means Adam could understand that what kind of person and who he is, because he knows. He knew that he was from God, and by understanding that, he could understand who he is. If I don't know God, my Creator, I can understand who I am. Because only God knows that who I am. If I don't know Him, know God, I can understand who am I. Okay? So knowing God is finding and tracing our origin. So without knowing God, we don't know why and how God created us, and we don't understand ourselves at all. Because we don't know the origin, we don't know our origin, we don't understand how we originated, how we know who we are. Okay? He interprets himself according to his possibilities of being good or evil, and he therefore conceives himself to be the origin of good and evil. Because we don't know God, and we don't understand our origin, and we don't know who we are, then that's why people are thinking that we are the origin. If they don't understand who God is and who they are, they have to say that they are the origin. Other than that, they cannot explain themselves. That's why they say, I believe in myself. Well, I understand you. You are believing in yourself, and you can believe in yourself because you have no other way to do it. You have to. Then the only way you understand yourself is that you just believe yourself. Well, you believe in yourself, so you are the origin, but if that is right and true, you are the strongest person, you are the right person, but is that right? But as a Christian, I believe in God because I believe and I know God is the creator and He created me, and He has a reason to create me. And by understanding that, I can know, my origin, and I can understand who I am. That is what I believe, and I believe that is true. And you believe yourself, and you think you just believe that is true. Okay. What the possibilities? Being good or evil? Being good or evil? And he therefore conceives understanding himself to the origin of good and evil. You believe yourself, and you think you are the origin, and you understand you are the origin of good and evil. I think this is it for today, and we're gonna just take care of the rest of things